Hey guys, Crypto Vet here. Thanks for ducking into the coin bunker. Guys, we got a good one today because we are going to use Elon Musk's new AI assistant, Grok 3, to analyze Lightchain AI. And the reason that we're going to be doing this is because, for one thing, I wanted to scrub and get all the latest information on it so we could see what's going on with it. But also, you have people out there, the haters, that are calling this a scam just like they do with everything else. And I already did this with Pepito because I had a lot of interest in the Pepito video that I dropped, and there's some people saying it was a scam and stuff like that. So I said, you know what? Let's use Grok 3, the latest AI assistant, and let's find out once and for all what Grok thinks. And you can check that out. But it looked like Grok was saying that Pepito is looking like a classic scam. But I have good news because I skimmed through briefly. I'm going to show you the questions I asked, and I'm going to show you what Grok said, and I skimmed through it briefly, and I think we have good news on Lightchain. So we're going to switch to the Grok screen, and we're going to get into it. So here we go. All right, guys, here's the screen for Grok 3. I'm going to show you the question that I asked it, and it has like a prompt for a previous question because first I asked about, and I'm going to do Salaxy. And the reason I want to do that one, I think it's interesting because Salaxy is a meme coin, obviously, but they're claiming to have real utility and scalability solutions for Solana. You don't typically get that kind of utility promise from a meme coin, so I thought it would be interesting to do Salaxy. But never mind that because right now we're doing Lightchain. So here we go. I want to do the same type of analysis for Lightchain. I need an analysis with the pros and cons. Also, does it have real utility and viability? And how is it different than recent pre-sale failures? Include recent dev updates. Okay, it says let's dive into the analysis of Lightchain protocol. Okay, so here are the pros and the cons according to Grok. All right, strong fundraising momentum. Lightchain has raised over 18.25 million by March 26, 2025, with only 2 million left in its pre-sale, showing significant investor confidence. Starting from $300,000 on day one in November 2024, the pre-sale has consistently progressed. Okay, innovative technology. The project introduces a proof of intelligence consensus mechanism rewarding nodes for AI computations like model training and an artificial intelligence virtual machine for efficient AI task execution. These features aim to bridge blockchain and AI, targeting industries like healthcare, finance, and supply chain. I mean, these are big promises, guys, if they can pull this off. Community engagement. Lightchain has built a robust community with active participation on X and Telegram. The project emphasizes decentralized governance, allowing token holders to vote on ecosystem decisions, fostering transparency and inclusivity. Scalability and privacy focus. Lightchain leverages AI cryptographic techniques like zero-knowledge proofs and homomorphic encryption to ensure data privacy while maintaining high performance, addressing key AI challenges like bias and centralized control. Marketing position. Analysts predict significant growth, with some forecasts Lcai could reach $5 by the end of 2025 or even $10 within 5 years, driven by a growing AI market and blockchain. Okay, guys, I've never heard that before. $5 by the end of this year and possibly 10. I've never heard that kind of outrageous forecast um, by something that's not just talking about. That's crazy. I might have to buy some more Lightchain, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the cons. Okay. And guys, I just said I was going to buy Lightchain. Now, this isn't financial advice. It doesn't mean go out and buy it. You guys always do your own homework. But now we're having Grok do it for us. So, okay, here's the cons. They have the anonymous team. A major red flag is the lack of transparency about the team. No verifiable profiles, LinkedIn links, or credentials are provided, raising concerns about accountability, a common trait in scam projects. Unverified technology claims. While Lightchain touts POI and AIVM, there is no peer-reviewed research, working prototype, or open source code to validate these claims. The white paper lacks technical depth, focusing on buzzwords over substance. Reliance on paid media. Much of the hype comes from sponsored articles and paid promotions rather than organic growth. This mirrors tactics by scam projects and FOMO. I wouldn't worry too much about that part of it because, this is a niche within a niche as it is. We're talking about crypto and then we're talking about pre-sales. So it's not going to be the kind of thing that, you're going to see everywhere anyway. So community silencing concerns. Some Reddit users report being banned from Lightchain's Telegram group after asking basic questions about the team or project, suggesting lack of openness. High risk market environment. The crypto market in 2025 is volatile, while Bitcoin dropping to 69,824. Boy, I hope you guys bought that dip. Altcoins losing 41% of their market cap by mid-April. This uncertainty could impact Lightchain's post-pre-sale performance. I call that buying opportunities, guys, because this market's going to most likely rebound. Okay, so does Lightchain have real utility and viability? All right, here we go. This is the good stuff. Okay, does Lightchain have real utility and viability? The utility. Lightchain claims to integrate AI with blockchain, offering real utility through its POI consensus and AIVM. POI rewards nodes for meaningful AI tasks, potentially making the network more sustainable than proof of work or proof of stake, enabling developers to build AI-driven dApps for industries like healthcare. Okay, viability concerns. Despite its utility potential, Lightchain's viability is uncertain. The anonymous team and unverified tech claims cast doubt on whether it can deliver. The lack of working product beyond a testnet and the crypto market's viability add risk. However, its $18.25 million raise and community support suggests that it has the resource to continue developing in the growing AI blockchain. All right, the assessment. Lightchain has real utility potential, but its viability hinges on the team's ability to deliver a working product and maintain transparency. It's a high risk, high reward project, promising if it's successful, but speculative given the red flags. Okay, we know about that. All these things are speculative. So this is the most interesting questions, I think. How is it different than the recent pre-sale failures? That's what I want to know. So let's get. So recent pre-sale failures like Pepito, they're mentioning Pepito because I told you I already did Pepito within this same conversation thread. And others often share common traits. The anonymous teams, the unrealistic promises, i.e. Pepito's 302% to 470% APY, lack of transparency, and eventual rug pulls or loss of trust. Let's compare Lightchain to these failures. The transparency in team. Like Pepito, Lightchain's team is anonymous, a red flag both projects share. However, Lightchain has been more consistent with updates such as the testnet rollout and upcoming mainnet launch, whereas Pepito lacked clear communication about delays. Promises and utility. Lightchain's utility claims proof of intelligence, AIVM. They are ambitious but grounded in a growing sector of AI blockchain integration, unlike Pepito's unsustainable APY promises that scream Ponzi scheme. Lightchain focuses on real-world applications, not just speculative gains. Community engagement. Lightchain has fostered a more active community with governance features and developer incentives, whereas Pepito face growing distrust and legal scrutiny due to poor engagement and transparency. Development progress. Lightchain has tangible milestones. The testnet development, the Block Explorer release. While many have failed, like Mind of Pepe, and they claim that Mind of Pepe is linked to Salaxy. That's interesting. They stalled without updates, often disappearing after fundraising. Okay, so the assessment, Lightchain shares some red flags with failed pre-sales, anonymity, paid media hype, but its focus on utility, consistent updates, and community engagement set it apart. It's not immune from failure, but it's showing more effort than projects that collapse due to outright deceit and abandonment. So that's good news, guys. Obviously, Grok thinks Pepito's a scam, so... recent dev updates. Okay, the testnet deployment in 2024, Lightchain deployed its testnet, allowing developers and node operators to test the POI mechanism. Okay. Block Explorer release was on March the 24th, just recently. Lightchain announced the upcoming release of LightDex, swap, and validator guides, with the Block Explorer launch set for April 19th, 2025, aligning with its mainnet prep. Pre-sale progress, they just reached 18.25 million with tokens currently selling at 0.007. They only have 2 million left to raise till they hit their hard cap. Mainnet launch timeline. The roadmap suggests mainnet launch Q2 2025, so that would be April to June timeframe, with ecosystem expansion through partnerships and grants planned for later on in the year. The AI integration. The team is actively working on AI integration, focusing on real-time AI tasks and data throughput improvements. So guys, I mean, this to me looks like a winner. You can see how much scrutiny it put on Pepito, and we're going to do Salaxy. So if you guys are interested in that, I'm going to do that one probably next, just because this is interesting, and I haven't seen anybody do this yet. So that's it, guys. So you heard about Lightchain. We went over everything you could possibly know about Lightchain up to this point in time. We heard what GROK3 said. I think the news overall is good. It does share a couple things. The anonymity of the team is really the only con that I saw on here that I found kind of legitimate. The other thing was the paid advertising stuff, but every pre-sale is going to do that, especially when you're talking about, kind of like the third rail of crypto market, which is pre-sales and, with pump fun and all that kind of stuff. Just everybody's just trying to hit the moonshot, but everybody's also claiming everything's a scam. I think this one might be one of those ones with real utility. Now, I also did, now if you didn't see my Lightchain pre-sale video, check that out. I also did Pluto Chain, and I might do a review of Pluto Chain because that one fizzled out, but it's been popping back up lately, and so I'd like to ask Grok Pluto Chain, because the plug got pulled on Pluto Chain, or the rug got pulled or something, because as most of you know, or some of you know if you've seen it, it immediately went up to 20 cents, and if someone would have sold up there, they'd have been in good shape, but then it immediately dropped down to it's like 2 cents or something. I stocked up there at the bottom at its lowest point. Now I'm up like $100 because it just popped up 60% yesterday. So you never know with these things. I mean, even these meme coins, even though Pepito, people are saying it's a scam and Grok seems to think it's a scam, it doesn't mean it can't spike up, and you can scalp it. So, don't take this as investment advice, but, that's how, if you're in it, that's how you're going to have to play some of these things. These don't look like long-term holds to me unless you're just kind of collecting them and see what happens a couple of years from now. But Lightchain looks like a buy and hold, kind of like a block DAG, something like that. It looks like it's going to be a real utility type thing. So guys, until next time, please subscribe and like to this brand new channel. It's only 3 weeks old. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.